Oh, well, okay. Oh, what's going on, world? It's your boy at Big Game James _36. Do we want it? Angle? Okay, all right. Because I was trying to figure out what I'm doing here. Man. All this configuration here at the world's greatest cigar lounge, good fellas. Out of whack right now. I need to. Oh, what are we doing? All right. I go. Oh, this is Big Games Big Games BS, brought to you by AlphaClinicOnline.com. AlphaClinicOnline.com is a go-to website for all things performance enhancement. I actually need to just go and got to go get a spot sometime this week. I got to figure it out so we can have a commercial that we run and just make that more condensed within 30 seconds inside the world's greatest cigar lounge. Also, a little spot. This past weekend was jumping. This month coming up is going to be jumping even more. We brought in That's Pressure. The band, anybody who remembers when we do the Orlando tailgate, the band that I had come and do the Friday night block, well, I guess it was Saturday night block party. That was Pressure. Them boys got active, was jumping, and we had Eric Carter come in doing the blues on Saturday night. This weekend we have more live music. We also have a Super Bowl party coming up the weekend after that. We also got something for the lovers. If you want to share VD with that significant other that you have, and be in a nice, quaint environment, you need to come out here to Goodfellas. We'll have a nice band. We have it costs you $100. You get a table, and you get champagne. You get a whole bunch of other stuff. We'll have drink specials all night, and then we'll have a good DJ and a live band. Just spinning the tunes, setting the ambience, all that jazz. Man, I hate T-Mobile, but anyways, how was y'all weekend? My weekend was active. What did y'all do on y'all weekend? But before we start to talk about our weekend, I need to do what everybody else does. You spend all week raising hell, and then you go to church on Sunday and you get a good prayer so that you can go back and refresh and reset. It's like factory settings. You reset your life so that you can go raise hell again. So let's start our week off the proper way as we get into Den Media Group's busy season, and let's start off with our sports prayer. All right. So, I don't know. Let me hear what the schedule of events is today, and then we can weave in what happened this weekend, probably in that, so we can go ahead and get this party started.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday, January 27th. And this is going to be our show notes for today. You know, we're going to have to talk about Tania Latson's game-winning layup for women's basketball at FSU. And we got a commitment from a 2025 6'7" offensive tackle. So huge shout out to them. And we're going to touch on that for the FSU portion of the show. Then we staying in college with just talk about the different college football teams with the most Heisman winners and some interviews from the Shrine Bowl with Sheduer Sanders and some notable head coaching records versus top 10 teams and every team that had a player, every school with a player from an NFL conference championship team this past weekend. Then we're going to get into the conference championship games, starting with the Commanders versus Eagles, touch on that blowout. And then we have the Bills versus Chiefs down to the wire game. Then we're just going to touch on the Chiefs versus Eagles matchup and then look at some of the opening odds for that per Hard Rock. Then we got a Big Games BS segment celebrating Kobe Bryant's 5-year death anniversary yesterday. Bronny James going off, and then the son of former NBA superstar Gilbert Arenas, Alijah Arenas, going off as well. He caught a body during his high school game, and we're gonna give a RIP segment. I don't think we talked about this, but DJ Unk, he died a couple of days ago, so we're gonna touch on that. So that's our show notes for today. So first things first, like I mentioned before, touch on the FSU a little bit with these segments right here. I'm just going to work on sharing my screen with you all, and then we can talk about Chasten Brown. So he's a class of 2025 player. Like I said, offensive tackle, playing out of Georgia. He has committed to Florida State on Hayes. It says he's 6'9", but on his 247 account, it had 6'7". So I just went with that.
6'9" is too tall for tackle.
Yeah.
We're going to go with 6'7". Somewhere between that. All right.
And then he chose the Seminoles over Missouri, Arkansas, and Georgia Tech. And his quote for choosing the Seminoles was, quote, like Lil Tyler says, I'm with the Seminoles.
I got to figure out who his people are. Lil Tyler they treat Lil Tyler really good, though, around there. But all because of that one song. But the kids love him. I got to ask something, though, while we're doing this. But go ahead. We got anything else about Chasten? He's pretty good tackle. He was committed to UCF at one point, right? A kid that I figured was going to flip. I think it brings us up to our ranking higher. T.
Yo.
Hey man, I just got a question, man. Can we make a domo like thing where we just don't use like I ain't got no problem with Hayes. Either Hayes Fawcett got to get a new edit background, or we got to just come on. We can do our own edits for our guys. I'm just looking at this kid. Yeah, I'm just looking at this kid, Chase. Hey, this Chasten Brown kid that just committed to Florida State. That man used the same template every time for like the last 5 years. Man, we gotta get some spice or something to it. Yeah, that's what I'm like. It's just the kids give it. So this is why I was telling Lil T. We can create our own Hayes Fawcett. In our black phone, that's what we might end up start calling it. Black phone instead of nothing wrong with them. I like them. They can still do the stuff, but I'm just like, man, we gotta add a little seasoning to the to the edit, man.
What kid was it?
Chasten Brown, offensive lineman, 4-star offensive lineman, just committed to Florida State for this cycle. So, but it was just bothering me. Just came on my mind. It was on my heart. So I just like, let me go ahead and call, since I know we finna have commit season 2 coming up with us. Should be a real good year for us.
It really should.
So and then, I got to get all the guys on. We got to start talking about junior day recaps and where they at. So anyway, I'll hit you up a little bit later today.
Okay.
Talk about that. All right, man. Bye. That's my guy T. Lee with Domo. Domo, that's the 7-on-7 team. My guy, we'll be doing a lot. That's why I say you got to go follow Big Game Gridiron. We're going to let everybody do their thing. I know I'm an apple cart shaker, and it strikes fear in some people. But I just so happen to have access to some of the top kids. And I'm not finna just let y'all let y'all get all the stuff, and then y'all don't want to give back to the Jets. We're going to control the narrative. We're going to change it. And I'm telling you, I'm going to tell you who you need to start. Y'all write out your sheet of paper. I'm going to tell you the outlets that I'm going to, because you can go to the schools and they can still use. I'm telling you to go ahead and do that. But I can tell you, as far as Domo grows, or as long as I'm with Domo, and if I'm not with Domo, trust me, I ain't going to lose this access. Trust me. To quote Scott with Goodfellas, you guys know what the golden rule. Does anybody know the golden rule? If you know the golden rule, I need you to type it in the comments right now. And I want you guys to know, because I think we've gone away from the way life is. Anybody remember the golden rule that y'all were taught? Maybe y'all were taught it differently in y'all elementary schools than what I was taught. But always remember the golden. We're learning the golden rule strongly right now in this new 4-5-4-7 era. The golden rule is he who has the gold makes the rules. Always remember that. So we got some top kids coming, but I'm telling you, if you're not watching the Daily Chop, if you're not watching Dope Talk, if you're not watching Sporadics, I'm gonna make sure Chris eats too. Y'all, if y'all not watching the Renegade Report, hey, and Big Games Gridiron and this stuff right here, you might miss out on some good stuff, man. I'm just letting y'all know. I'm gonna help those young guys, those young bulls. But then I still I got fucks with my dog Chris Nee. But it was Junior Day too, so we gotta give some Junior Day up. But shout out to this. We got another one. I think we got two more. We probably have two more commits coming, at minimum, for this 2025 cycle. And I looked at 247 yesterday because those guys will always be good for that because I don't have the energy to create a ranking system and all that jazz. That's just entirely too much energy for me. But I think we moved up to 18 for the high school ranks, which is pretty good. That's like Mike's on par for. That's right on par for what Mike normally is. Yeah, we 18. We were 19. That gets us 13 4-stars, 10 3-stars, and I want to say there's a 4-star DN from the Philly from the Northeast that's supposed to be committing. More than likely committing, and a couple others that I'll be highly interested in, that I think are going to be pretty good. Oh, my bad, Gerard. Yes, I do fucks with No Game Day, but that's my little brother Logan. Logan stole my whole Discord model. I mean, word for word, bar for bar, but they doing their thing, flowing with it. I love Logan with No Game Day. Logan does good work. But like if we get a couple more guys, that would be good for coming off of a 2-10 year. It's crazy. We might recruit. We were recruiting just as good off of 2-10 as we did off of 13-1. But that just shows the energy that some of these guys have. But if we could post up, that was the only foot. You're about to go to Nice in a minute with Tanaya.
I got some pictures of some juniors.
Okay, yeah. Let's talk about the Junior Day. I got a kid that well, let me rephrase it. I don't have a kid. We potentially have a kid, but is that my boy? My guy Wingo. Click on that. This is who they showed. Oh, that's him hanging out with okay, so Ice and Boucher. Do you see that guy that got half the face of him? So you got Bryson Wright there, but you don't have Bryson Wright. You got half of Bryson Wright and Kobe Wright. So that's who brought Wingo there was B5's dad. So yeah, so you made some waves. We will get B5 there eventually. But this is the one right here, man. I'm telling you, dog, we need Wingo. Wingo go up and makes that grab. Man, I wish we had it. Do you have the catch that he did at the 7-on-7 readily available? Because I mean, he went up there and got it, man. That shit was crazy. We're gonna have some interviews. We should have an interview with him after next week. He goes to the University of Florida, I believe, and we're going to do Junior Day wrap-ups with him. Vari from out of Tampa Bay Tech. We'll probably do quite a few of our 2026 Domo National guys. Just trying to make sure we continue to help these young men make the proper decisions and how to build their brand and how they are looking out here in these streets as recruiting heats up. It's really fun. A lot of good guys are getting ready to go to Houston here shortly. Also going to bring up, you got that video yet, or are you still looking for it? Okay. Chris Nee reported that one of my favorite young running backs in the area, in Jacksonville area, TJ Williamson, he was there. He's a 2028. They wrote an article on my jit. My jit is still like, my man ain't even hit puberty yet, so we gotta, chill out. But he's really like he likes Florida State. He's got offers from Florida State. Polo Kid, yeah, that's Squirrel that you talking about. He plays for DEF CON. We got a big tournament in the Atlanta tournament is going to be crazy. 16 teams. We're one of the 16 teams. $20,000 purse. It's like we getting active. It's going to be a battle with those teams. But we're going to have to make sure we mute the music on it. Yeah. Cuz they be getting after us, dog. But we're going to watch Wingo here and just knowing that we don't have a guy on our roster that can do this now. I wish we did. But watch the body control, watch the contort. Oh, well, we'll rewatch it again. But now we want this guy too now. That's Jaron, a.k.a. Snow. Snow is one of the guys that we have offered, athletic quarterback that can throw the ball. But watch Snow with the throw. Snow with the throw to Wingo. See that toe? 707 gets active, man. But yeah, so that's I was already convinced before Wingo. Wingo made so many acrobatic catches like that. Wingo and Bryson is just those are cheat codes, man. I don't like the split. Super Smash Brothers, would that work? Super Smash Brothers, you got to jump and you got to come down and smash shit. Trying to figure out because them boys is cheat codes right there. Bryson gonna be right, but like I said, Wingo is good in his own right. Very good in his own right. But I can't wait to see B5 in a couple of years. B5 so good they want B5 to reclass. But if he reclasses, that means that means they want him to go to college at 16, basically. Because he'll be 16 playing his first college game if he reclasses. He's already going to be 17 playing his first. But the 707 circuit, you'll see a lot of crazy guys. So, yeah, like Squirrel is the guy that a lot of people in the comments right now are talking about that with the DEF CON teams. He's really, really good. Really, really good. Very, very confident. We'll get a chance to see them in a few weeks. Don't know what we got. So, Junior Day was really, really well. Very good. They're doing a really good job recruiting right now. They're on the trail right now. They need proof of concept, so they got to win games. Can't just go out here relying on relationships. Relationships do matter. Energy does matter. Next week they'll have a couple of my guys. Unfortunately, I really want to go to the Junior Day to see my guy Vari, but I will not be there. My son has his next 7-on-7 tournament in the Villages, so I'll be with the old swingers and watching the Jits get active. So, all right, let's go on to the next thing.
So we got to talk about Tania Latson. Huge shout out to her right there, and we're gonna share this with you all. So, FSU women's basketball had a down to the wire game against 13 ranked North Carolina, the University of North Carolina.
Good squad right there, man. They got some hoopers, man. I was watching them in Notre Dame a couple weeks ago, man. It was they got active.
Definitely got some hoopers. Like I said, they were 13th ranked, and FSU laid the upset on them, partly because of FSU's fourth quarter, last second efforts to seal the W. So we got two videos right here to show you the last two possessions by FSU that really took their game over the top and resulting in the W. So we got this 3-pointer right here. We're going to get for y'all shared right quick, and then we'll get into Tania's shot that ended up winning the game. So then UNC came down the floor, ended up scoring, tying the game, which resulted in this bucket play by Tania. And this was just a smooth pump fake right here.
Doesn't panic. No, she has plenty of time. Ooh. Oh, yeah. You know what? You know, you got a T-shirt on, baby. Go on, take the shirt off and swing it around your head. It would have been a good homage to the great Petey Pablo, one of the greatest rapper to come out of North Carolina. I can watch that, man. That's nice. Both of them got two. They knew it was nothing. Do it again. Can we slow it down? Because it's the beautiful thing about plays like this. It's the disheartened look on the faces of the person you did it to. So we go ahead and speed it up to when she gets it. All right, right here. It just boom, got them both. They flew, and they're just like, pause it. They're like, shit. Ain't nothing we can do. Now, I was watching a Kobe clip, and Kobe was talking about the problem with basketball is that nobody takes this shot. They always pass it out for the unsure shot because it's supposed to be the good basketball play. I mean, when you really look at it, I mean, she needed to. It was 1.5 seconds left. In theory, like 13 wide booty butt ass naked. But there's a reason why she's wide booty butt ass naked, right? Nobody's thinking she can make that shot. But the best ball player, we need to make this. This is the play that need to be made, and I'm with it. She is her. Her pronouns are that bitch, and that's what that. Because you know what? Don't get mad at me. I promise you, that is exactly what them North Carolina girls were saying right there. This bitch, and yes, she is. Niece is that. She is all that and a bag of chips. Crazy, man. That's awesome. I love it, man. I can't wait. I'm so proud of these girls, man. She been balling consistently. And the good thing is, we get one more year of her, unless them damn LSU, because you know LSU gonna come with the bag. Ain't she from Miami? I'm shocked that you ain't came. Well, don't break our heart. She'll be the head coach of Florida State in a few years if she keeps balling the way she's balling.
Just read you some of these stats, some of the box score from the key players on FSU. Tania Latson, 25 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, and 1 steal. Michaela Timpson, our big man, 15 points, 8 rebounds, 2 steals, and 3 blocks. And Tania is still the number one leading scorer in the nation in women's basketball. She got 26.5 points. So she is killing them. She is killing them.
Why y'all not giving her the love that we gave the white hoe last year? She's actually attractive and stuff, but no, like she can actually hoop, and she's not like on the best basketball team. Iowa's been good for a minute. No disrespect to Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson could hoop. Mel Gibson probably is an icon, but we need to be giving that same love. Do we not have a villain or somebody to put on the other side of her? Or is it because she's still kind of short? I mean, she's tall, but she's short for basketball, right? She's like 5'10".
She's like 5'8", so she's.
No, I'm saying she's a tall woman. She's just not a tall basketball. When everybody's sick, they got them stalks, them 6'4", them 6'4", 6'5" chicks walking around.
But yeah, I have a picture right here of the nation's leading scorer for the NCAA Women's Division I basketball. She's first, 26.5, like I mentioned. Hannah Hidalgo out of Notre Dame, 25.4 points in second place. Juju out of USC, 24.8. Grace Larkins with 24.2. And Izzy Higginbottom for 23.2
That's
points.
A name for you right there. Izzy Higginbottom. You got people asking when Ham's contract is over. Ham about to die soon, so like you ain't gotta worry about that, man. We got bigger fish to fry with Ham than Ham, but it's time. It's time to go ahead and move him moving on. Shout out to FSU sports doing well. Love it when it's a fun campus when you can do stuff year round. Y'all make sure y'all go support them girls though. Support them. Support softball. I think this is a sad year for softball. We're losing. I think this is Michaela Edenfield's last year, so we got to find a new woman to gawk over because she'll be gone. I'm trying to think who else. What other sports? That's about. I mean, go watch the track meet because that's just where the honeys be at. But I like it. Florida State's campus when you're a student is dope when you get a chance to just go to. Because students, y'all got basketball games for free, right? Yeah, so it's like you ain't got nothing else to do on a day. Just go hang out, watch some hoops, and enjoy it. We going back before we leave Florida State. We got to go back to Florida State news because the biggest news bigger than the 2025 commit because everybody forgets National Signing Day is actually next Wednesday. So not 2 days from now, next Wednesday. So now I got to go do a whole new show with the newbies that are going to be coming on our roster, and we'll probably go into the new signings because I haven't talked about many of the new signees as well. So I think a lot of people liked the show when I talked about who I thought was good in last year this season's early signing class. But one of the things that breaks your heart, and you rather have it happen early than later, is when your quarterback decommits. And people are still traumatized because one thing Mike seems to not be able to do is keep a quarterback committed. And Babyface Schmeigel, decommitted from Florida State's class after seeing Chip Kelly with Ohio State. So he and people are crying. People are like, we need to move on because he's going to decommit. And then he decommits, and then people are just like, oh, my God. Wait, did you already have that on here or just skip around? You just went and found it? No. Oh my God. He decommitted. What are we going to do? Nobody wants to come to Florida State. Mike can't recruit kids, even though he's got a fucking shit ton of kids that he's like recruiting this past cycle. They were saying what is he going to do? He's going to decommit because he doesn't fit the system. And then, oh my God, he decommitted. And what are we going to do? And this doesn't look good. Bruh, he doesn't fit the fucking system. Let that boy flourish. And he's a Cali kid. I'm trying to think. Minus Travis Johnson, minus Lorenzo Booker, what Cali kid has worked from Florida State? Like, we got a kid who just won MVP at the Navy All-American game that we offered. That's nice, like that. And I think he's a pilgrim. Like, I'm talking about that motherfucker tape was smooth. We got Snow down at Cardinal Newman, who's a Domo kid who has an offer that y'all not even throwing in. But we put out 3 quarterback offers of all guys who fit the current structure of what Florida State's trying to do. We want to win, right? We don't want to just keep kids. So, but like, if the new coach, I mean, if this was last year's go around, obviously Schmeigel was committed, so it would have stuck. So.
Staying with FSU, and a friend of yours, James, a friend of the show, CJ Wilson, had a good quote tweet I wanted to add and put in the show. So shout out CJ, and his show is Dope Talk, right?
Yeah.
Shout out Dope Talk, and he raised some good content for the discussion today. So this is a picture of the college football teams with the most Heisman winners. FSU's right there, number 3 with 3 Heisman winners, and it's number 9 on the list. And CJ's quote tweet was, "FSU should have 4. P-Dub was robbed." Do you agree with that, James? And how? And if P-Dub was robbed, what made him? What should have gotten him the Heisman Award winner, and who beat him out for the award?
Well, it was 99. Well, shit, you know. He was robbed. Michael Vick was really fucking good, though. If I remember correctly, 99 was Mike Vick's. Make sure I'm telling you. Heisman. It was Mike Vick's Heisman. Mike Vick was that guy. I think P-Dub still ended up 5th. Yeah, he was the 99. It was a crazy year that year because a lot of people don't remember Joe Hamilton from Georgia Tech. And Joey Hamilton was nice. Ron Dane. No, my bad. Ron Dane. Didn't Mike won the Heisman, right? Ron Dane got 2,000 yards that year. It was the 99 Heisman? And no, yeah, it was that year because Dub finished 6th in the ranking. My bad. So it was Ron Dane that year. Ryan hit for 2,000. Joe Hamilton was nice. Drew Brees was in that draft. I mean, was in that as well. Chad Pennington. Damn, I'm reading the Sean Alexander. No, Vic didn't. Damn, that's crazy. Maybe that was just the year, because that was the year they went to the they played us, and Vic was just great, was electric. Yeah. That would have been the year he should have won it. And if he didn't go to damn Dillard, if the lady, that was bullshit with the Dillard's thing. What's crazy is Dub finished 6th, and I think he missed 2 games because of that Dillard suspension. Nobody's better than Dub. Michael Vick, close second. Everybody else is imitating the art that they had. I still don't know how he saw the things that he saw. It's clearly like just God. It's like that's God given because it's not hereditary.
Yeah, we got USC with the most Heisman winners. Your boy Orenthal was one of the 8 winners for the USC Trojans. Then you have Ohio State coming in at number 2 and number 2 with 7, and then Oklahoma 2 with 7, and as well as Notre Dame, and then the Gators same amount as us. So I just thought this was a cool little conversation started to have. FSU should be able to have one more Heisman, and yeah, no, for real, definitely.
I mean, a couple more than just some, like shit. Marvin Jones should have won it. We had a couple guys finish. We had a lot of guys finish like top 5. Like shit. A guy who everybody hates right now. The comments. Is it Dan? Why I'm that CTE getting me or that fatigue. No, not Dalvin. The quarterback. That's a commentator that always says some silly shit. No, that's close though. You're right. EJ does say silly shit. It'll come to me. No, this is an old quarterback. None of the DeAndre I don't even know what DeAndre Francois is. Is he alive?
I don't know. Somebody say
Danny Cannell. I was gonna say Danny Cannell. He finished pretty high. Our quarterback at 89. Casey Weldon finished high. That's what Casey Weldon finished high. It's a lot of guys that, man, we've had some cats like quarterbacks that because a lot of people have short-term memory, so they don't remember FSU like back in the day. But they'll tell you, but like the guys that we've had that quarterbacks have been pretty fucking impressive. The problem is the teams were just so loaded, and you had such a iconic figurehead in Bobby Bowden that you just don't even recognize it. But Florida State's had some cats.
Huge shout out to Florida State and all of the Heisman winners that should have came out of Tallahassee that y'all got robbed. It's okay. We're showing y'all love today. And with college, we will talk about the Shrine Bowl next. And Sheduer Sanders, he had an interview with some reporters in the Shrine Bowl, and one of them asked Sheduer about his father's involvement in the NFL drafting process. And then this is his response to that question.
I like that I'm able to get in the forefront of everything and they're able to understand me and ask me whatever question they want. I'm not ducking, I ain't hiding, I'm right here live in the flesh, able to answer whatever questions is out there.
And so many people, they look at your dad and say like that's his involvement is a bad thing, but how much has that been a positive thing for you just to be ready for these bright lights?
I ain't know your parents, being involved in wanting the best for you is a problem.
Right.
I think as parents, each and every one will want the best for their kids. So the fact that he has an opportunity to do that for me and he has the best quarterback in the country, he's supposed to do that.
Now, James, what do you think of Sheduer saying that his dad should be involved at this much with the whole draft process and with his just collegiate career and NFL career?
I think it's an extreme blessing. We can't hate him because he has a father that can do it. I think the problem is a lot of people, like I do whatever I can do for my kids when I can do it, as long as they're active and wanting it. Like it's not like Sheduer, he's forcing Sheduer to be something that he doesn't want to be. Sheduer is actually putting in work. He's doing things. You can see him get better. It's what you should want to do as a parent. It's what every other parent does. You know, a parent that did this was over-involved to the point where he said, a team said, I'm drafting your son. And he says that team drafts my son. We're not going there. Archie Manning. It's always... It's we pick and choose and we're very selective. I'm not saying what it is or what it ain't. I'm just saying it's ironic that it just so happens that you have it. And again, if anybody is qualified to be able to speak on both sides of this situation, it's me. Because if anybody watches this show or has followed me for the past 20 fucking years, if there's not one person on this planet who I disagree with just on life, on the fact that he breathes the same air as me, it is one person. But I cannot say he is wrong in this situation, and I love the way his son answered the question. And you did the guy answer it, or did they cut it off?
No, that was the end of the video. He just agreed with him.
Because I just want to know what people say. Like, since when has it been so wrong for a parent to be involved in the kid's life? So when he does it black, when he ethnocizes it, we want Bill. If he was Bill Cosby-ish as a father, it would be okay. Yeah, pretty much. But the fact that he's prime, we have a problem with it.
I don't like every black person either. So white people, you're not over.
I mean, I don't like a lot of black people.
Yeah, sometimes I'm over it too. Sometimes
yeah, it's a bit much.
Turn it down. Okay, we get it.
That being said, right now it's like I can't get mad at him for using his leverage for his son. I mean, like, you think I'm not finna use that shit for my son to get him ahead?
Right.
What's the point of having muscles if you don't flex? Like, you just want to be good and like not do anything with it? But what's crazy is again, I don't know about all the other stuff. He doesn't seem to be a bad father. But y'all people grossly put too much effort and energy into this. Oh, my God, he's an overfall. Like LeVar Ball. Y'all think LeVar Ball a nobody.
I mean, he's so black, though.
Yeah, well, he's with a white wife.
Oh, really?
Yeah, white wife with cancer.
What's she like? Oh, I can't say
And he takes what I'm saying. Like, he takes care. He takes care. Like, it's crazy. Like, if people would have took the time to step back and actually look at LeVar Ball, that's the dad that we should want people to be.
I just want to know what type of white woman she's like to be with, because he's a super.
He's very quiet, meek, and don't say shit.
Oh. Well, I guess that bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
She either hooped or played volleyball.
But like, he again, for those who can't read between the lines, I don't fuck with Dion. I probably wouldn't piss on him if he was on fire. I can't get mad at him for doing this as a dad. Because you know what I'm going to do as a dad, as an uncle, as a friend? What's the point of creating something and not utilizing it? I just sometimes, it's and what's crazy is the people who writing this bullshit don't even know that they're being a hater. They're just writing it because it's the trend. And it bothers me. But I'm trying to think, it's just like LeBron. Like Jeannie Buss isn't that bad to look at. You not sleeping with Jeannie Buss to get your son guaranteed money? She's a billionaire white. Like y'all like the women y'all got throwing themselves at you are like Jeannie Buss. Yeah, no, I'm folding. I am folding. And I get it, like, have a great excuse to say why I didn't do it for. It was out of my hand. I didn't do it for me. I did that for the kids. If that's what it takes, shoot.
Yeah, I feel like with the media, they're trying to make Sheduer and Deion's relationship. They're trying to kind of split it up and make it polarized and make it something that it isn't. And I don't know. It's crazy. I just hate to see it because he
hasn't hurt him yet.
Yeah.
He has not. To be honest with you, I'd be a fool to not listen to my dad at this point. Come with me to Jackson State. We became the hottest thing in sports. Come with me to let's leave the blackest place in America to go to the whitest place in America, in Boulder, Colorado. And I bet you it's going to work for us. And it worked. I'm telling you, it is the greatest father-son love story since the Bible. This man was sitting at Deion's words, not mine. He was sitting on a ranch on his 50 acres and a mule, and God told him to go to Jackson, Mississippi. I don't agree with that part, but that's what he said. And then God told him to leave Jackson, Mississippi in the middle of the night to go bring blackness to Boulder, Colorado. Or bring seasonings, like Columbus left Europe to go find seasonings to bring back to the new world. To the old world. Then he goes there to do that. And if Deion leaves to go become the head coach, or just gets his son an opportunity to be a top 5 pick, top 10 pick, first round pick, and if he can find a way to get Shiloh sorry ass recruited too, in the NFL too, where's the fault in all of this? I don't know, man.
And if it doesn't work out, then Sheduer can
smack your goddamn daddy. Yeah.
But like, if he gets drafted in the first round, that's probably a guaranteed 15 to 20 million this year. 15 to 20 million guaranteed contract, not this year, but like guaranteed over the next 4 years. Again, if my daddy could give me that, I would love my daddy to do that. My daddy can't give me nothing but arrested. So, like, I don't know, man. Like,
since we're on the head coaches tangent, talking about Deion and some famous / notable college football coaches, we have a list right here of notable head coaches records versus top 10 teams. So I'm gonna read you some notable names. We're gonna start at the top, and then the second name is gonna be straight at the bottom. So Kalen DeBoer, 5-1 versus top 10 teams. But going to the bottom, James Franklin of Penn State, 4 of 20 versus top 10 teams. Got Lane Kiffin, 4-15. Steve Sarkisian, 5-15. Mario Cristobal, 4-7. Lincoln Riley, 5-8. Dan Lannon, 4-4. Marcus Freeman, 5-5. Dabo out in Clemson, 19-15. Ryan Day, 14-8. Kirby Smart, 24-10. Now, James, when you see this list and when you see the names of these college coaches, these notable names, what do you think about the parity / level of competition in college nowadays with the NIL, and does it really reflect these records right here?
Well, it reflects that some guys are really good coaches when they go up against really mid coaches, and that's James Franklin. I hate that for him, but like, he turns it's not Keegan Peele, right? Which one is he? Which one is the one that writes the scary movies? The weird movie. Okay, so then he's Michael. Is it Michael Keegan? Okay, so he turns into Key. It's a key when it's time to actually coach against somebody with a pulse. Trying to think the rest of them guys. I mean, just like some guys are really good executors. Dabo's record's more before the NIL era, but Dabo also had to go toe to toe with Saban. So kudos to him. And he had Jimbo. He had some cats that he had to like battle up. We had to go really see. Cristobal 4 and 7. I didn't realize that. Miles, can you type in the chat inbox? We'll give me my bad. Bowl City Seminoles. You got it. Just inbox me. Actually, P.I. asked about you the other day. Inbox. Somebody put my Twitter and my IG in there. You do that, and I'll make sure you get in contact with P.I. As a matter of fact, inbox me your number, so P.I. could do that. But when I look at these coaches, it's gonna get even more parity as things move on.
No, for sure. I just wanted to add this other post as well when we're talking about.
My bad. Sarkisian only won 5 games.
Let me share this.
Sarkisian is again another guy that
5 and 17
looks really good when he's beating up on mid, and looks drunk when he's playing against somebody that can actually coach. They beat up on Clemson. When the only thing Clemson had this year really was the running back got hurt. They didn't have much after that. But Arizona State should have beat you, had you dead to rights, and you got your ass whooped in the next game. So, yeah, I don't see that shit. Like that's crazy. That's a crazy stat by Sark. What's up? What was Marcus? You said Marcus Freeman's up there?
5 and 5.
And what's Landings?
4 and 4.
So like I personally said it's top 10 teams. I believe that's fair. If you're above 500, facing 5 and 5 opponents, that's right where you should be, because and those guys are consistently playing top guys. Hell, Landing technically should be considered 3 and 3 because that one he beat Ohio State once, and then he lost to him again in the playoff when it mattered. But he could easily be above 500 in a short amount of time. That's crazy. That makes the Franklin and the Sarkisian ones like just a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, it was super interesting post to see, and it's just hard to even conceptualize that. And with James Franklin, he also was making some good moves for Penn State, getting a DC out of Ohio State. So we got this shared with you all right here. So Ohio State DC Jim Knowles is finalizing a 3-year deal to become the new defensive coordinator at Penn State. It averages $3.1 million over the 3 years. And we were talking about coaches and coaching pickups. I thought this was important to note, important to add in the show for Penn State.
I want to say this. I need to see the energy for this Pilgrim right here. Not mad at him. He's got 3.1. That's a lot of money to leave. He's not leaving to go to the NFL. He's not leaving for a head coaching job. He's literally leaving for an in-conference basic rival that's doing worse. You just won an Natty. And you're going where? If Jeremiah Smith does this, are we going to have think pieces where this is what's wrong with the NIL? This is the stuff this is why the kids don't respect us now. Kids, wrong. Where's your loyalty? He just recruited a bunch of people to Ohio State. He's doing this after National Signing Day. They only let you leave when head coaches take another job. Now, Oregon's going to probably get that. The Oregon DC is going to get that guy's job. Happens to be a good DC because I know that's who Florida State was looking at potentially. But like, it's just, where's the loyalty? You only want loyalty for the people that you can control. I don't mind if he would have taken another job that's at least a step up. He's taking a job he's taking a lateral move, but I will say that's a shit ton of money. And the cool thing is when a kid makes what you would consider a lateral move, have the same energy that you're having with this guy right here. That's all I'm asking. That's the only thing I'm suggesting or asking. Keep the energy the same. You won't, but keep the energy the same. It would be nice to see us be consistent.
Yeah, no, it's like you said, definitely no loyalty to the program. After winning that natty and then you're going and then you're making that move to an in-conference school. Yeah, like you said, he's not really the best role model for kids in college and having the loyalty to your program because these coaches show more than anybody that it is just a business.
It's just business, man. Asking a coach to be loyal to you is like thinking the stripper actually likes you. Brother, it's just money. And the better the money is, the better the dance.
So, James, we're going to get into the NFL now. And the first game that happened yesterday was the NFC Championship game between the Washington Commanders, led by rookie phenom Jaden Daniels, and Saquon Barkley's Philadelphia Eagles. Now, this was a blowout game, 23-55. And man, but before we get into the stats, James, did you want to say what you had to say about this game, or do you just want to read some of the team stats and box score, and then you can get into what you want to do? Team stats and box score. Okay, okay, cool. So I'm gonna share this with you all guys right now. Let me get this thing situated. But like I said, it was a 23-55 win for the Eagles. Complete domination on both sides of the ball. They were winning every battle, like I previously said, and they were just doing what they've been doing all year, coming back. Jalen Hurts silencing the haters, and these are the team stats right here for you guys. I'm gonna blow it up. So boom, let's get started. So the Eagles had 6 more first downs than the Commanders. Total plays, Eagles had less total plays, but they had more total yards with 459 compared to the Commanders 350, had one more drive than the Commanders, and had less passing yards than the Commanders, but the rushing yards total is what made the biggest difference. 99 compared to the Eagles 229, averaging 6.4 yards per carry. Eagles only had 30 yards worth of penalties, and while the Commanders had 47, but the Commanders lost the battle because you cannot win the game with these turnovers. 4 turnovers, 3 fumbles lost, 1 interception, and the top is pretty much the exact same.
So, we still have more top. Eagles still have more top, but my top got challenged because the Commanders, that first drive was like 20 plays, like 9 minutes. It was insane how long that first drive was.
18 plays, 7 minutes and 3 seconds.
That's wild. You know how long they got 3 points out of that. Does anybody know how long it took before the Eagles bust with their top, off of their top? It's like 16 seconds, if that. Saquon took that bitch 60 yards to the house on the first play. I'm mad because, I was thinking in my head, like normally when I watch games and I'm at a game, I'll videotape all the offensive plays. And I missed it. And I said, of all the fucking times I don't videotape, this would have been a good viral clip for me. But it was amazing. Saquon is amazing to watch in real life, man. Like, I thought, like, it's like when I went to go see Patrick Mahomes 2 years ago when the Jags played the Kansas City Chiefs at Arrowhead. I was like, watching Pat Mahomes in real life is like you gain a different level of respect for how good he is. That first play made absolutely no sense how good Saquon is. Like as my boy Cam says, he's a do-it-yourself running back. He don't need no lineman. He's just out there just running over cats. And he made that one play literally changed the entire offensive playbook. Changed the entire defense for the Commanders because they knew they had to truly account for both him and Jalen Hurts' legs. Also, the brotherly shove is something illegal about it. I don't know what, but whoever Lululemon is for the Commanders, that's one of my new favorite players. That man was playing like he timed one of them snaps so perfectly, his ass could have took the fucking handoff. Like, but I knew he was the one who kept jumping over the damn pile on that one play when the referee said, even the Philadelphia Eagle fans were like, all right, man, that's a bit much. They were like, the Commanders have been informed that if they keep doing this, points will be awarded. I said, damn, I didn't even know that was legal. But it was fun, dog. It was crazy just to watch that. And then, we'll read off some of those other different things.
Yeah, so we got some player stats right here we want to share with you all. Saquon, like you were mentioning, James, 15 carries, 118 yards, 3 touchdowns. And then Jalen Hurts, 20-28, 246 yards and 1 touchdown. Jaden Daniels went 29-48, 58, greater than a 50% completion rate, 255 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. AJ Brown, 6 receptions, 96 yards. Dallas Goedert, 7 receptions, 85 yards. And Zach Ertz for the Commanders, 11 receptions and 104 yards. Scary Terry scored for the Commanders, 3 receptions, 51 yards.
This is why I told people we're going to see a three-peat, and here's the reason why. If you can't stop Zach Ertz, man, Kelsey finna go ham on y'all ass. Zach Ertz was like just amazingly wide open the whole game. And it's just that but the D-line, Carter and was it Davis, like we're just destroying that line. Jaden Daniels, though, is real cool, calm, and collective for the most part. He is going to take the reason why he's going to be so good is he's going to take what you're giving him. He's not going to try to take any big risk. I really like I like the crowd too in Philly. Man, it felt like I was at a college football game, man. It was insane how two. I need us to stop acting so uncivilized when it comes to sports. Like, there's no need to get your ass whooped over the Eagles or the Commanders. And like a lot of these fans were like over the top. They were nice to me. I didn't have no colors on. I was like, I had a green sweatshirt on, but like it was Mandarin sweatshirt. But I didn't have, any dog in the fight. I was just there to watch a good game because I got tickets that I didn't think I was going to get. But if I were an opposing fan, I would not go. Not to that place. It's pandemonium. But I will say they did do the right thing. So a few weeks back, I learned this. Remember the Eagles played the Packers, right? Was it first round of playoffs? And that one guy was going ham on the Packer fan and just being very, very, very disrespectful to the lady. And I've also found that money isn't what gets you great seats there unless you rebuy. Status is what gets you great seats there. And you could be sitting next to the multi-bill. Like I sat next to a lady who went and bought Super Bowl tickets right there during the game. That guy was a CEO of a big company that was cussing that lady out. And he was asked to step down. He also got banned from the Eagles for life. Like forever. Lost everything because he wanted to go, because he was being too crazy. But it was just seeing that. But It was packed. I've heard of sold out seats, but a lot of times with that weather, there aren't many people like sitting right next. Like every part of that stadium was sold out. There was no gaps. You could not see any gaps in any seats. It was nothing but green. And when they took the towels out and they wave it, it looks like, if you're from where I was sitting, it looks like you're just seeing little like snow on top of green, on top of trees. Basically what it looked like. It's an insane environment to be able to be a part of it, to be in. And I'm not going to hold you. I can't wait to do that shit again, dog. Like if they go back again, I'm going to use the same advantages. Like they have this thing called Xfinity Live that you go to before. Like I came in, my guy Steve missed his flight, so my cousin Kenny took me. We got to the area at 11:30 in the morning. There was nowhere to fucking park at 11:30 in the fucking morning for an NFL game. And people had been out there for a while. They were drinking, they were tailgating. Man, it was so, like, there were guys, the viral video with the guy who be with the hearse, and they be driving, and then the guy, they start playing the music, and they open up the casket, and then he starts. There was basically people doing that up and down with just speakers on the back of their, and then they were jamming. Ironically, do you know the type of music that they listen to? There was no Wu-Tang being played. There was very little Northern music. It was a bunch of down south hits. And BX, is it BX the plug? He's big. He's Big X the plug. He's their guy up there. They played him a lot. Up there. They play a lot of Jeezy. They played DMX though. And Gilly the Kid is is basically the new Philadelphia Eagles mascot, which has to be fun. I mean, good for him. Salute to him. He just took Kevin Hart's job because Kevin Hart's probably too famous to be doing that shit now. But it's like, if you think, like, whatever you think you are as a college football fan, you're not compared to the Eagles. What I just saw, you're not. And you know what, them tickets, my ticket could have resold for a stack. And I'm not going to hold you. I thought about it. I was this close. But there's a marker on it, and like they can identify if the ticket got sold or not. So I couldn't sell it. But like I would have had to sell it to, it would have had to been a hand-to-hand transaction to somebody that I knew. But man, I gotta say, it was fun. I hope Florida State fans and that we can learn a lesson or two, because noon games, oh my God, every NFL game is basically a noon game. They're all at 1 o'clock for the most part. Us, man, if the weather's, no, we're not going, man. It could have been a blizzard and everybody would have been at that game. By the way, my legs, like I realize why you must wear lotion up there. It's not because you get ashy. My skin got tight. I tried to walk after sitting down, and it hurt. It hurt to walk. And my knees locked up. Like I had to defrost. And my fingers, my left hand is still tingling. But like my hands were just like this, and I was trying to text me. It's very difficult when you can't like move your fingers when you text message. But like it was dope. I can't wait to go back. I can't wait. Well, the Super Bowl will be different, but I can't wait to go back. Oh, and the food again. So again, the money that they spend, the poors are spending like $1,000 for nosebleeds. The first place we went, because I had to pay for the parking, I paid $50. Their parking is efficient as fuck, by the way. I paid the money because I had cash. My cousin didn't, but he paid for he said, I got the food, cuzzo. And I was like, bet. It was a hell of a flip. A cheesesteak, 3 chicken tenders, 2 fries, and 2 bottled Pepsis. Does anybody have any idea how much that cost from the food truck that they had inside the stadium?
3 chicken strips or 3 orders?
No, it was 3 chicken strips in that goddamn box with no sauce. They got like little ketchup and mustard right here on the side. It was $75 fucking for that. I said, cuzzo, Don't you ever spend 70. Don't you ever spend that kind of money. I said I would have waited until we got to the other place, until we got to the regular concessions, which again, it was so expensive that it made this other buy he made sound cheap. It was $20 for him to get a little Caesar's pizza, like a little giant slice, a pretzel, and the pretzels are good. So like I can see that the pretzels are good, and a soda. That was $20, but it made it seem like he got a better deal for that. Once we got to our seats, there was no hot chocolate, no coffee. I did the whole day with no coffee. But like you can't. So I'm saying this to say is these people are doing this they're doing the 8 games. Well, now more because they had 3 home play. Was it 3 home playoffs? No, they didn't play. Yeah, you got to play. They didn't get a bye. They didn't get the bye, so they played 3. That was 3 home playoff games. They're doing this. So they did this for 11 weeks. And we complain in Florida State about all the other shit. I hear college, you're not as rabid it is not the same as the NFL. Rabid NFL fan bases are more rabid than college fan bases. Period. You can't tell me that. It could have been a hurricane. And you know what? A category 4 hurricane. You know where everybody would have been at? They'd have been in that stadium just wet. Spinning.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, just but yeah, man, that was crazy. Like you got to be, and women don't want to go to no goddamn. If a dude takes you on a date to a football game, he loves you. He loves you because that's an expensive ass date.
We got some content and some info from this game, from some notable facts that happened with the Philadelphia Eagles and their W. So this pretty groundbreaking. Jalen Hurts is a curse breaker. So the previous 19 QBs to lose their Super Bowl debut as a starter never made it back. But with Jalen Hurts and the Eagles W, he has broken the curse. Now, I don't know if they're going to win the Super Bowl, but at least he broke the curse and he made it back to the Super Bowl after losing and as a starter. So huge shout out to Jalen Hurts. And man, so many people were clowning him for his fit. I don't know why people was going so hard on Jalen Hurts, but everybody.
That's Akeem Akbar, the light-skinned nigga from the bank. He's the leader of the CMB. It's not me. This is bigger than Nino Brown. And I'm taking everybody down. Cause you're not. Look it up. Look up a kid. Look up. That's that Nino Brown New Jack City fit, man. Or like the Christopher Williams. Look up Christopher Williams. He looked just like Christopher Williams. Like it's that's what I was clowning him for. I don't think it's anything. Well, I guess some people say you're not supposed to wear the browns and the blacks like that, but he's rich. Wear whatever the fuck he wants to wear. You know what I don't clown for? Like, have you seen the thing where they're talking about rappers and how everybody does it? And people are now just starting to believe rappers don't really make the money that they make because you look at their jewelry, look at their diamonds compared to these NFL players' diamonds. The NFL players' diamonds, like you put a splash of light on it, and you're gonna have a seizure looking at them. It's like them diamonds is blinging and blinging.
Shout out to Jalen.
He's got the highway. That's technically where they're supposed to be at. Like that might be the goal. Like the thing is, the old comes back. Yeah. But that's where it's supposed to be. But the younger guys, we don't really wear our like. It's really more so on your like your waist is like your hips or whatever. Like that's on your ass. So like that's where everybody really wears their pants is like right on the top of the ass. So like. He is looking like
My dad has that outfit for sure.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Is he Hispanic?
No, he's just light skinned. He definitely Shamar Moore. He does look like G Money.
Yeah, for sure. He definitely looks like G Money. But shout out to Saquon as well, getting that money moves. He is our winner of the money moves segment today. So Eagles running back Saquon Barkley has a $250,000 incentive for winning today's conference championship game, and then another $250,000 from the Super Bowl. So he could have potentially $500,000 in playoff earnings. So huge shout out to him for getting that bread, getting your 250,000, man. Shout out to you for that.
Do
man.
we have the sound? Like, I have the sound from the Giants. It's crazy. Hold on. Shit.
That's the Philadelphia. I'll tell you that. Around enough players. So, but he's the most popular player we have by far.
Right here, have everything.
Oh man, I can't believe
You want me to take? Give me a name. JJ McCarthy. Jaden Daniels.
the GM son told him to take Jaden
Let me
Daniels.
get this job once. I'm trying to win.
I'm gonna have a tough time sleeping if Saquon goes to Philadelphia. I'll tell you that. Around enough players. So, but he's the most popular player we have by far.
Who do you want me to take?
Like,
Give me a name.
your dad asks you, who do you want me to take? And you tell him, like, he's never going to win an argument anymore in his household. Like, Dad, you're fired because you did. Like, son, I need you to listen to me. You're fired because you didn't listen to me, Dad. I told you to take Jaden Daniels, and you told me to get in there and do my goddamn homework. You should do your homework, Dad. Owner of the Giants. We can't pay Saquon. We have to pay the special needs quarterback more money. Like, you fucking what we're about to see is a resurgence on running backs. The people that they said you can just go find a running back anywhere. Yeah, okay. Where you find another Derrick Henry at? That's this old, this great. Saquon. Like, there's other backs that people imagine the other backs that people gave up on that were still technically in their prime because they were cheap and they bid on this theory that you could go find but you know what you can go find? You can find a quarterback anywhere. The two quarterbacks playing in they're meeting each other for the second time in 3 years. Were either one of them a top 10 pick? I answer the question for you. Fuck no. One was a first rounder that people thought was a question mark when they got him, and the other one, I think he was a third rounder. What? Jaden Daniels wasn't the first quarterback in last year's draft, was he?
Was it Bryce, right?
Bryce was 2 years ago. But again, think about the quarterbacks who were Bryce. He's still trying to figure out how to be light-skinned in the NFL. Now this is Anthony Richardson's. We are unapologetically Anthony Richardson fans here, but Anthony Richardson isn't necessarily giving you a high-quality product right now. What was Caleb Williams was the first round pick this year? He's painting his fucking nails, got another coach fucking fired. What I'm saying is when you sit back and you look, we call Josh Allen Trash Josh.
Patrick Mahomes was selected 10th overall pick, okay. And Jalen Hurts round 2 pick 53. Right quick, just entered it.
And think about how many other guys we were told that were just absolutely better than these guys.
It's because the time early, right?
That
the running backs weren't getting paid.
Well, yeah, because of the injury. But this same shit. Like, look at was it the nut ass freak bull up in Cleveland? Shit happens, man. Shit happens. Like, people get injured. Like, you can't just say these things. Like, what I'm saying, like, you can't just say this shit. And we're paying quarterbacks are so disposable that the Cardinals drafted Josh Rosen, who actually people thought was good. I believe he was a top 5 pick that year, and then said, "Fuck him, get out of here," and brought in Kyler Murray the next year. Kyler Murray, the quarterbacks need so much help that they don't pan out eventually. It shows you that a good running back is really, I'd argue that an elite player at any position is genuinely hard to find, and you should just pay elite players. That's my argument. Quarterback, no quarterback. It's actually quarterback should probably, unless you have Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, and even those guys are smart enough to realize that if I take too much money, I'm not going to be any good because I'm not going to have anybody surrounding me. Quarterback would be the last person I pay because I would make sure I have 2 to 3 good receivers, a good tight end, and a good running back, all surrounding my quarterback. And his job is to be an elite point guard and not lose me games. Imagine if Lamar Jackson had an elite tight end that could catch the fucking ball that was thrown to him.
We're doing him so dirty.
Imagine if Lamar Jackson come with me to a world where Lamar Jackson has Zach fucking Ertz and not Andrews. Zach Ertz caught everything within a 10-mile fucking radius of him. He got like targeted 15 times. Like my cousin was like, Ertz again. Jaden Daniels is good because Zach Ertz catches fucking everything. It damn sure ain't Terry McLaughlin or whatever his name is got open, whatever, man. Sidney Lauper, whatever his name is, got open one time and Jaden threw it to like a receiver. Remember who was it that just played the game where the receivers didn't catch any passes? Yeah, that's basically what Jaden Daniels was until like outside of a couple plays.
Speaking of, before we get into some of the notable videos / clips from this game,
good because I hope you got one of them in there.
The run?
No, one should be considered assault with a deadly weapon.
Oh, the slap.
Oh,
okay. I'm gonna get the slap, but I'm gonna get the slap while we talk about this.
A lot of hymns out of this game. People talking about I want the playoff games to be. Bitch, this was a great playoffs. Like there's some good hymns in this playoffs.
So, James, I'm going to read you some stats. I'm going to ask you one question. So, this is Jaden Daniels' rookie season. Most touchdowns by a rookie ever. Led Washington to their first playoff win in almost 20 years and first conference championship in 30 years. 99.7 passer rating. 4,390 passing yards. 1,026 rushing yards. Is Jaden Daniels the best rookie of all time?
No. Not at all. You know why? The goal is to get to the Super Bowl. Then the goal should be to win the Super Bowl. Had he got to the Super Bowl and won, he would have an argument regardless of the stats you read off. He can't be better than Dan Marino because Dan Marino went to the Super Bowl as a rookie. And he's just as good as Sean King was. The Sean King got to the same exact place. In fact, the same conference, NFC Championship. His rookie year. Is Jaden Daniels a top 10? Abso-fucking-lutely. But Jaden Daniels is going to be a great player. Before I anoint him, they got a player, looks like the trajectory of a great player. Before we anoint him, though, we gotta see if he can do it 2 years in a row. That sophomore slump is real. But if he's able to come, but this Washington team can be scary. If I were them, I'd go draft another quality tight end so that they could just keep getting better. But Jaden Daniels is very good, is very talented, he is not the greatest rookie of all time.
And they have the third highest amount of cap space in the NFL, that's just terrifying in itself. But that's what happens when you have a rookie quarterback who can go all the way. He's on the rookie contract, It's kind of like with Brock Purdy, how that happened. They were able to play Brandon Ayuk all that money, but that's a whole different story. Sorry, 49ers fans. I don't know get well soon to y'all. But yeah, we got the video. So we're gonna get into the video segments now. And per James's request, we have this homicide on tape right here. Jalen Carter. I didn't know. I really forgot, when all this happened, people were saying how he's going to go to hell because he killed those people in the crash.
That might be true.
And I was like, I really didn't remember the crash. And point of the story is people on Twitter they just be wilding, but they say you can get away with anything if you're good at football. And he did last night with this crazy play right here.
Charlie Murphy, what did the 5 fingers say to the face?
Smack your goddamn daddy! Yeah!
Bam. Hold on, you gotta go back. I gotta do like my guy on IG. There's I gotta think, what do we say? The symphony of violence, terrific things happen. Bink. It's just like every time a good side, like you can see look at the head. He lit. If he gets CTE, this is the moment. Bam. It was so quick.
He got smacked one way, then turned his head the other way.
He couldn't believe it. He could not believe it. He said,
So did the ref do?
Nah.
That's my no call.
Nah, I think they didn't see it. I was wondering what happened when I saw the guy fly back. I thought he flopped. But when you see that, like, nah, he didn't flop.
The hand is a club. You get clubs in the side of the head.
But, you know, one, Jalen Carter didn't kill his teammate. His teammate killed himself. Did the woman that was with him that worked at Georgia, did she die too, or was it just the teammate?
She was actually suing them for I think I was reading it this morning because, like I said, I had to do my research. But I think
You keep letting that play.
her charge was negligent entrustment. So she was suing the school as well because she was in the back seat
of a car that she probably should not have been with as an employee of the University of Georgia with a student athlete.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a while. She just need to get that paper. I ain't mad at her.
Yeah, she's asking for, I think it was like 170 something thousand. So not that much. Yeah, not that much money.
Trying to get a quick little bag. It's not nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
I ain't hating on that. Good stuff.
Yeah,
get paid, baby. Ooh, is his name Badass or Badass? It looks like his name should be Badass, but Badass got put on his ass. Like, look at 6-inch punch, hips back, retract, quick, follow through.
That's a hook.
Yeah, that's solid. He's boom. Ooh. And you just gonna watch your mans get hit like that? Watch look at the guy, season 7. He's like, damn. You want some of this too? No. But nah, that's funny, dog. That's funny. Damn.
So we got some more clips. We have Saquon's 60-yard touchdown run right here for you all. Play. What a play.
All right, so this is beautiful. Just sweep to the toss. Pause. This is the way you draw it up. This DB is that I know I recognize that stock block from anywhere. Push play real quick. Is that my dog? Is that 1-4? This is when you probably like we gonna play both videos. I have a problem a little bit with this, but just push like I like goons that have reformed their lives, but like at a certain point, don't we have to have like just un poquito of pride? Like, I get it, you're a fan, and I get it, you're over the top, but like, you're the mascot right now. But if he's living his best life and he's making, I know everybody, the biggest excuse that everybody makes, but he rich. So, hey, kudos. Yes. I just have a hard time believing that he was a certified. I believe what Wallow was saying. People didn't used to know that, but when I used to come up to the block, niggas would start walking away because they were scared. He's like, well, when was that? Was that when I was in jail or something? He's like, people used to be real friendly with us on the block. Like, they used to like you. You were like, it just makes me not, it's hard to believe all of the other stuff because you could be fun, but like, this is over the top.
No one knows who you are. You got a mask in front of millions of people.
Yeah.
You're hiding in public. You can be silly. See, everybody can see your face. Why are you doing this? You need a mascot mask.
How? If he was like,
hey, you got a shirt too. That's so hard.
like some of the stuff that he does is like really funny, right? Like he made shirts picking on the mayor, the ELGELS Eagles. Whoa. Yo. Whoa. Do you take a wild guess? How old is Gilly the Kid?
Oh, yeah, he's super old. I remember when I was in high school.
Brother, Gilly the Kid just turned 41.
No way, I thought he was 55.
Gilly the Kid was born January 1st, 1984.
I thought he was almost 60.
That man looks like Schmeagle. The Precious. That's why he got. So when the Eagles won, he got the ring and he got old. Like it's like in the Precious. Like yo, that's tough, man.
I guess that Buckeyes more popular than I thought.
Oh, it's extremely popular. They got like 20 million. They got a $20 million. You don't get a $20 million deal over 4 years, not with nobody listening to you. Yeah, it was like actually they probably about to be up on the re-up at this point. Yeah, like Barstool gave him some bread. That's what. So this is where. So
he wants a little. I got black friends.
That's where I have. It's just what happens is it's not the Barstool thing because again, if you really step back and you start listening, if you start really trying not to work people because of how you feel about some things, you'll never work for anybody. And Portnoy is a dick, and he knows that. That's just that's his shtick. But when I see him crawling around and doing this kind of stuff, and I see him shucking and jiving,
I wasn't even going.
If you only get to pick one, man. Like it's just I start questioning and my problem is like so I would call myself hood adjacent. A lot of my friends were street dudes. I'm far from a street dude, but I believe in street rules. And if you really want to test it, I wouldn't recommend it. But for the most part, I want to be civil. I've never gone around saying, I have guns, but I never go around saying I tote guns, I sell crack, blah, 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 all this and that. I got bodies, no. Most I've done is I've gone to jail I've been there for about 8 hours, and I did what I needed to do to make sure it called the people I needed to call to make sure that stay wasn't longer than what it needed to be. It was very, 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 very traumatizing, and I don't want to ever be in a situation like that again unless I earn it. And that's the problem. It's like when I was there, I didn't earn it. I want to make sure if I earned it, I'll sleep soundly. He has literally wrote raps because I don't even know any Gilly song that was hot. Are you serious? He has a song called Chicken Man?
Yeah, that's like one of the songs. He was like a big underground rapper when we were growing up.
Yeah, all I know is when I heard about Gilly the Kid is when he sued Wayne and them, I guess. But and then I listened to Wayne's style did change, and he might have influenced his style. I actually like the old Wayne because they played it. They played The Block is Hot out there, and it was just that's a hard ass song. But then The Block is Hot Wayne is different than Go DJ like the Carter Wayne, and the Carter 2 Wayne is way different than. I was just assuming he got his influences changed because that's when he was really liking Jay-Z.
I could imagine that's where he got some influence, but it's like so much better, so much of an upgrade. It's like why even bring it up?
Well, without doubt, like he's not. If Gilly, it's kind of like Hove said it. I hear motherfuckers saying they made Hove say, okay, so make another Hove. Like, I just think like he was just better than him. Like, I think like, for example, like Drake had his rhymes written, but it's still Drake. Drake rhyming it probably is better than the person, the voice, the cadence, the everything else made it better than Gilly. And he also had a machine behind him because there's nothing that Gilly could put out that's going to make me listen to it in the same energy as, I just don't. But to be honest with you, good for Gilly. I just don't like. I say that, but nobody's ever thrown $20 million on the table for me. Like, it's easy to say you wouldn't do something.
I would.
No, I'm saying like it's easy to me. Like, man, maybe I make enough money to not. But if I haven't made anything, and somebody said, like again, like Meek Mill doing the little bunny hop at the tennis court with the billionaire, all right. But then again, actually, my bad.
Hey yo,
I know we're going.
Hey yo,
but check, brother. Let me tell you, Dreams and Nightmares in Philly is unlike anything that I've ever seen. And I saw it played at my LSU tailgate in Baton Rouge, and I saw white, frat kids like really like feeling the song from the bottom of their souls. And I appreciated them because they self-edited. Because I was ready to just say, hey, we got you on video. Get ready to die. Get ready for your whole life to be ruined, boy. But like the whole stadium, when they play Dreams and Nightmares, it literally is the national anthem of Philadelphia. Like, if he wasn't so weird, he could literally, I said the mayor, he could have been the governor of the state of Pennsylvania if he just wasn't weird. Off of that one song.
And he worked so hard for so long. He's been in the game since 16 for real.
Yeah, I remember him House Party. That was a play when I was in college. And it was just like, the song gets out of hand too. It's like, imagine him on the campaign trail, like coming out everywhere. And this is what they've been waiting. Like you come into the crowd. It's just everything it tells you. Ain't this what they've been waiting for? You ready? And he just starts walking and he starts doing all of the hand waves. But now we got tweets of him ordering dildos from Amazon. Dog. Like,
hey yo,
Amazon used to.
Hey
like,
yo.
I guess there was a feature on Amazon that would tweet out what you just ordered or bought. And he bought it, and they were like, "Yo, how do I get rid of this feature on Amazon?" Like, yeah, you legit. Like, go Google it. Like, he legit, like bought some dildo. The question is, why are you buying dildos? Like, it doesn't matter for who. They were white dildos. I'm assuming it was for himself. Then the puffy stuff comes out. Like, it might have been for him.
Hey yo,
He been in prison. My grandma said you go to jail a lot. You going to visit your boyfriend? Like, why do you keep going back?
Now we got to get into the game of the night, game of the day, one of the most nail-biting, down-to-the-wire games, Chiefs versus the Bills. Man, the script writers really did this one tonight, man. They really had us thinking the Bills are going to win again, but it did not happen. Josh Allen is now 0-4 in when he plays Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. Man, that must hurt. They lost 29-32, to the Chiefs at Arrowhead, which is called I think it's like Geha Stadium, something like that, at Arrowhead Field. Very down to the wire game. We will get into the stats right now. Patrick Mahomes, 18-26, 245 yards, 1 touchdown. Josh Allen, 22-34, 237 yards, 2 touchdowns. Then you got James Cook going off, 13 carries, 85 yards, 2 tutties. Kareem Hunt doing his thing, 16 carries, 64 yards, 1 touchdown. Patrick Mahomes had 2 rushing touchdowns, 11 carries, 43 yards. Xavier Worthy with a tutty, 6 receptions, 85 yards. And then you had Matt Collins, who was going off, 3 receptions, 73 yards, 1 touchdown. We're going to get into some team stats right here, so we can break down everything for you all. Very, very, very similar stats you can see right here. The Chiefs had 6 more first downs than the Bills. They had actually 5 less plays than the Bills, and they had less total yards than the Bills, and they had 1 more total drive. However, they had 233 passing yards compared to the Bills' 227, and they had less rush yards compared to the Bills, 135, 147. Now let's go to the top. So the time of possession, 30 minutes for the Bills and 29 minutes and 28 seconds for the Chiefs, and the Chiefs had 1 fumble. Man, James, just I don't even know, man. We got some videos to help y'all conceptualize things. We got the videos of the drop by Kincaid. But what are your thoughts on this game and just the Chiefs' willingness to have these one possession games and win all of them, or not all of them, but win a lot of these one possession games, how do you think they will pan out for the Super Bowl?
I think they're just battle tested and they just know how to win. Like the easiest way is like anybody who is young. Man, people don't hoop like that anymore, I don't think, or maybe because I'm just not around it. When I was young, we used to try to use raw athleticism and just try to overpower people. But then there was always that old man at the park that just was fundamentally sound, played great defense, knew how to take angles, bounce pass, elbow, the perfect elbow with the shot, the flick of the wrist. Had the knee braces on, like not the knee braces, the knee sleeve. That always just knew how to ball, man. Always knew how to ball. That's what the Kansas City Chiefs are. They're just, you can come in with all your raw aggression. You can do all the moves. You come in there, try to bully them. Just can't win. Just can't bully them. They're going to always keep the game close. And they've got the experience. The Chiefs at home play like a team that knows exactly how to win. They're used to doing. There was a. So one of the things when I'm watching football games and the good teams, you're like, at no point did I have a fear of losing that game. Like when I used Florida State that third team, I knew that team was good. At no point did I have any fear that Miami was going to win that game. Because you could just see the calm. They knew that the play was, as long as they got a chance to have the ball, that's all they needed. And you've also seen Patrick Mahomes do it over and over again. You don't want to give him and that seeps into the conscience of the team that you're playing against. The Bills knew we can't give Patrick Mahomes, even if we score, we can't give him the ball back with a minute left and some timeouts. That's entirely too much time. And that, I believe, caused them to make some decisions that were just foolish. And Josh Allen played as a guy who was trying to prove that he belonged, whereas Patrick Mahomes plays as a guy who knows that he belongs. And he knows that he's that guy. And that's tough.
So we'll share a series of infographics and we'll move into the video portion of this game. So like I mentioned, Josh Allen is 4-0 in the playoffs against Patrick Mahomes, and these are their head-to-head matchup stats. So, but they're during the 4 playoff appearances between both teams. The Chiefs at 139 team points compared to the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen's 113 team points. Actually, Buffalo had more total yards in the 4 matchups compared to the Chiefs with 7 more total yards. Josh Allen had 11 total touchdowns compared to Patrick Mahomes is 12, and they both have 1 turnover each. So moving through the some of the posts right here, Patrick Mahomes is making his 5th Super Bowl appearance, and Jacksonville fans, we know this is sad news to us. So he has more than these teams right here. So this is about 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow. No, he has 20. What is that? 22 teams? Let me know. It's because that's 6, 12 plus 6, 18, 19 teams. He has more Super Bowl appearances than 19 NFL teams.
Bro, so he's been in the league. This is year 9. No, this is year 8 for him, right? This is his 7th year as a starter, correct? Or is this his 7th year in the NFL? Because I don't believe I know he didn't start his rookie year. I don't even think he played his rookie year. Yeah, this says a start. His first year as a starter, they went to the AFC Championship. His second year as a starter, he won a Super Bowl. The third year as a starter, they lost to Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. His 4th year, they went to the AFC Championship. Year 5, Super Bowl win. Year 6, Super Bowl win. And probably year 7, a Super Bowl win. Like, this man doesn't know, he doesn't know what it's like to not play football in February. This man is, his run is even more, because Brady's got 5 rings? 7 rings?
Yeah, 6 for Bills.
Shit. This man's run is crazy, though. It's diabolical.
So we got this infographic: most playoff wins by a QB, and then you see Patrick Mahomes has 20 starts and he has 17 wins, and then we see his comp up top: Tom Brady, 48 starts with 35 wins. This was what
Tom played 20 years. This kid's got 8 years. That's insane. Like,
no, we got the video. We got the video. We got two angles of the video.
Okay, I'm about to say they did my boy dirty.
No, Josh is about to get it because Mark Andrews. If Lamar Jackson doesn't throw a good, easily catch ball with Mark Andrews being wide booty, butt ass naked, then Josh Allen doesn't get. Josh Allen's throw was not a good throw. The one that was dropped. Somebody had the nerve, and it's true. But it's also just wild when they say it, when you hear it said. The difference between, this is what they said, the difference between Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen is that Patrick Mahomes, wide receivers, will catch his passes. Josh Allen just drops it. And I'm like, brother, we don't give that excuse to anybody else but him. The man had to dive. Is that King K's the one that had to dive and it just went outside of his dive between? There were 3 defenders around him, if I remember correctly. We'll see it. But anyways, it was a good game. I was watching it on the airplane coming back from Philly. And I feel bad because the guy sitting next to me was in Bill's garb, head to toe. And he was like, yeah, he was just excited. He was just like, it hurt being in Philly, seeing all these fans win. And he's like, I just want my guys to win so we can play them. And honestly, that's true. I kind of wanted, it would have been more interesting for me to get more insight because my bastard son plays for the Bills. And I wanted to interview my bastard son on Monday at the media party, but it is what it is.
Now
who's the Bills like that? Why doesn't the Bills have the? Isn't that where the is that Freddie Gibbs is from?
Freddie Gibbs is from Gary.
Then who's the one that was? It was the one that was beefing with Freddie Gibbs. Then that took Freddie Gibbs.
Griselda. So that's like West Side Gun, Benny the Butcher,
Benny the Butcher,
Conway the Machine.
Benny the Butcher beat up. They jumped Gibbs, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
I just remember Spready Freddie. That's terrible. It's tough. His really like check. So again, y'all got to stop letting these. I'm telling you guys, stop trusting in 2025. Stop being so trustworthy. Find the right woman, dog. And don't be doing that nut ass freak bullshit with all these women and then having the capture. I know friends who are like they'll pay for your fingernails. As a woman, just letting y'all know, women, there are men out here who'll pay for your nails to get done. They're going to want a picture, though. But they want to see it in a specific manner. They don't want you to do this. They want to see you, They want to see you in a certain position. They want to see you spread. They want, and as one of my nasty ass Omega friends would say, he wants something to wink at him. Apparently, there are some women on this planet who like that shit, too. And Freddie Gibbs' baby mama that ended up going with Benny had Freddie posing, bent over, spreading his, like he's getting checked in prison. And so she put it out there and called him Spready Freddie. And I'm like, whoa, that's revenge porn. Second, we all did need to know that. Third, this is what the fuck you get for being a nut ass freak bull. And Benny the Butcher and all them boys use it against it. But like, that's also what you get for this is why you don't date porn stars. They're not good people. Apparently they have father issues. Strippers reformed, but porn star, gotta draw the line somewhere. All right, but
yeah, so we got
Tech 9, and for those who want to know, the rapper Tech 9 is the one for Kansas City. I got a chance to interview Tech 9. He was cool as shit.
Yeah, I heard he got so much bread, a lot more than what these rappers claim they have.
A lot more.
So we get into the video segments of this game. First things first, we got Sean McDermott, the Bills coach, with the post game. Man, he's been in this position before, seeing Patrick Mahomes, but sad to see him in this state. So we're gonna get this thing rolling for y'all.
This looks like about to be a WWE promo.
Coach, first of all, I appreciate you taking some time in a raw moment. After a type of game like that, what were the right words to your team in the locker room?
Well, it's not the result we wanted. I told them, I said, hey, they got nothing to be ashamed of. They gave it all they had, and, I love them.
This game came down to the stretch into the fourth quarter, as we expected. Understanding it's never one thing, but what do you think were the differences in this one?
Well, we had a short yardage situation there when we were up one in the quarter there, and couldn't convert. Give credit to them, and then they go down and score, and then we score and we hold them to a field goal. But that's trying to hold them to no points right there, and then we have a chance, with the ball in our hands, Josh's hands to win it. We come up a little bit short right there. I thought we had a chance to catch the ball, but at the end of the day, I'm extremely proud of this football team.
Yeah, how does the opponent and who they have under center too impact some of the decisions you're forced to make there on fourth down?
Yeah, very aggressive. I understand that. I take that. Those are my decisions, and I was proud of the guys the way they battled.
So we got this James Cook insane run play you reposted, James. Just so how his grit and tenacity on the football field. Man, this dude is one of the young, great running backs in this league.
Efforts. Like, boom, that should have been it.
James and Miles, we got the catch right here. So this is the biggest news coming from the game. A lot of fans had a lot of things to say. Bad pass. Could have caught the ball, but this is the angle from the back of Kincaid and his drop pass. Just to give this a preface, this was 2-minute warning, 4th down, 4th and 5, I believe. Josh Allen had this pass a little behind him, but you can see from this angle right here.
I mean, it was there. It would have just been very difficult to catch. You got two people in the same pair of draws right there. So 2 crossing routes. You see the guy, this teammate right there. One, there was 2 behind him. Guy right there. Just a lot of people there. Would have been a great catch. But this, you said this is the 4th or 5?
Yes.
All right, damn, I wish we had the other angle, which you got a reason. Yeah, it was a cowboy blitz, which is bring the corner from the short side of the field. They brought a ton of pressure. And Josh probably, I'm going to be honest with you, probably wasn't accounting on 4th and 5 in that kind of scenario that they're going to bring that much pressure. So it sped up his decision. Had they not blitzed, this would have been an easy pitch and catch. But they rushed his decision-making process. And whether I can excuse it or not, Josh panicked. That's what happened.
But isn't that what's supposed to happen? That's the throw you're supposed to.
That's the throw he was. Yes, I mean, that was, to be honest with you, we've seen a lot of throws this week like that where the catch was made. I mean, yeah, he should have. He put it in a position it was low. So yeah, this is it right here. So everybody's backing up. They're more concerned about making sure they don't get in field goal range right now and try to keep everything in front of them. So you got an early crosser right there up at the top of the screen. And it just, what's fucked up about this is, go back, is that if this receiver just runs like a hitch at the top, it's an easy now throw. But push play, let me see if we could have still did it now.
Time.
So yeah, he couldn't throw it because of where it's at. You had that guy, but those crossing routes, no, that's not the throw. Oh, that was it. Oh, fuck no. Time out, go back. So I was looking, so if you look at it from behind, there's absolutely one, go back even more. So right here, push play. I'll tell you when to pause. Boom, we see the blitz, push pause. So right now, where he's at the back of his drop, he's got to know, you got to know where your routes are finishing. Because you really don't have any other time to do anything. And your job is to really do what the defense is asking you to do anyway. You basically all you can do is throw it short. If you're going to make the throw that he made, push play. We'll see where that guy is and what he has to do. So, pause it. He's clearly behind his defender. Everybody else is in front. I'm not telling you that would have happened, and it would have been early as fuck for him to make that throw. But when he was at the back of his drop, he should have thrown it to the area where he knows he's going to have a guy going at. That's not the route. He's literally stopping and coming back to the ball at this point right now. Now, mind you, he's coming back to the ball. There's a teammate in front of him and 3 motherfuckers in red. Guys, that is not on the receiver. The receiver would have had to make an incredible catch, which he is paid to do. And the quarterback made the throw that he had to make because he was in duress. What we cannot do is take anything from the DC who made a hell of a call.
Yeah,
that's the real thing is that and with the call what that DC made was, I'm going to bring pressure thinking you're going to throw it, you're going to have to get rid of it now, and my guys are going to be able to come up and make a play.
Right.
And
it would have been early.
That's the truth. When you look at it from the one angle and you don't have the context, it does look. I thought he was running a damn crossing route. That bitch threw this.
Yeah. That scenario, though, you're wanting Josh Allen to beat Josh Allen, you want something amazing to happen. I think that's just the best you could ask for.
Yeah, I mean, players fuck up.
Yeah.
It's tough. Those guys get. Sometimes one of the things you have to tell people, why did you do this? Why did you do that? Man, those guys get paid money too.
This isn't the worst Super Bowl pairing. I would have rathered any other pairing than this.
It's because we already seen it.
Yeah.
I will say this is Doug Peterson leaving the Eagles, making us think that the Eagles front office was so toxic, and them going to 2 Super Bowls in 3 years since he's been gone, and him being fired makes me wonder. It's like I tell people, were all your exes crazy? Were they all misogynist? Were they all what's the word that everybody's using now? Not toxic. Toxic is definitely the word, but were they all narcissists, or was it you, or because where are you going to finding all these bad people? Maybe it was Doug. Definitely the Jags. I would definitely know it's the Jags, but probably maybe Doug too.
So now we'll see the Chiefs and Eagles in the Super Bowl, like Miles was mentioning. This is obviously their second matchup in the Super Bowl. They were there 2 years ago as well. It's happening in New Orleans, February 9th, 6:30 p.m. So make sure y'all tune into that. Should be a great game. And we have the opening odds on Hard Rock, James, right here, just to show the fans what they're opened at. I took this last night, so it might have changed, but this is just the opening odds. I know on some other betting websites, the spread was at 1.5, pretty much 2. So spread for this game, Chiefs is favored by 2 points, over under 49.5. And the money line for the Chiefs is -125, meaning you have to bet $125 to win 100 in profit. And then for the Eagles, the money line is +105, meaning if you bet $100, you get $105 in earnings. So, James, these are the opening odds. Anything catches your eye so far? You got to do a little bit more research. Anything you might take right now? Something you might look at later? What's your thoughts on these odds, right quick?
I saw somewhere I could take +7.5 Eagles. I don't think they'll win, but I think that would give me encouragement to take that.
Because that's win or lose by 7 or less points.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that could work.
They're getting +2 right now.
Mm-hmm.
I can see a world where they win. That's +105. Definitely believe in the over. I mean, what is that? I can see it being like a 25-24 game, but that would fuck me up. That would fuck up, but because that would be just under. But I mean, it's something that I definitely will touch. But it's the most valuable player is the thing that I'm really interested in, and here's who I believe it will be. I'm looking for his name. He hasn't done shit all year. But this just seems like where he would. Yeah, they don't even have him on there. Nah, it's a wide receiver. Travis, I do believe, will eat. Damn, he's not on the team anymore. They don't have nobody. They don't have him. They don't even have Kelsey. Oh, here we go. Kelsey's at plus 1,500. You know what? Seeing what just happened, I would take Travis. $10, give me 160. If the Eagles are to win, it would have to be Saquon.
Well, not necessarily, but most likely, yeah. Unless somebody else go off, but that's not likely.
What if Juju Smith-Schuster does it?
I would.
$1 will get you 251. That is definitely playing the lottery. Who is Chamari Connor? Somebody named Chamari Connor. If you bet $1, you get 501. If you believe he'll be the MVP. Kenneth Gainwell might not even play. Interesting. Harrison Bucker, the kicker. Do they even give kickers? Are they eligible to be?
For the ratings, it's just a spectacle of it. Nobody wants to see a kicker.
Nah. That's funny, man.
I'm really starting to believe more in this script. Maybe not script, but you know how in basketball you get a call if you're the star?
Mm-hmm.
It's just a little bit, feeling a little bit like that with this Kansas City stuff. Even the ball spotting with the ball spotting and the two refs not knowing where it is. It's just like, are y'all doing this just to beat the headlines?
Oh, they've been doing this all season. Type shit.
It's like, oh.
Yeah, man. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, they've been nothing short of greatness. I believe they're the first team ever in 6 years to go to 5 Super Bowls. So they have a chance to make history to three-peat. The last team, this is a perfect segue. So the last team to three-peat in American sports history was the Lakers. And on Sunday, Kobe's 5-year death anniversary occurred. Man, I remember exactly where I was at when I found out Kobe died, and I got the TMZ report. And, I thought it was fake. I'm pretty sure everybody thought it was fake too. But super sad for Kobe, his daughter Gigi, as well as the other members who were on the plane, the pilot. There's a whole bunch of conspiracy theories, blah, blah, blah. But huge RIP to them and happy 5-year anniversary, y'all. But, man, do y'all remember where y'all were at when you heard the news? And this was yesterday. It was their death anniversary, might I add.
I know Denny had just got back from LA. And I was joking with him. I was like, I blamed him. It was like a camp or something he was at. He was really high and talking about Tennessee's current quarterback. The Amanama Pio. Yeah. He was really because he's like it's 2 Polynesian sauces that are gonna be the biggest quarterbacks. But yeah, it was crazy because you just didn't think about it. And it's like it's like wild that it's cheaper and takes less time for him to just get a helicopter. Because it cuts it was almost like a 2-hour drive because of traffic and where they're at. That took 30 minutes, and it was more the pressure that was put on a guy. It actually taught me something. Like I don't care if I'm tired or the conditions are adverse. I don't care how much disappointing it is to somebody. You'd rather be there alive. And had somebody it was cloudy, had cooler heads just prevailed, or somebody would have just been the adult in that situation, you'd have we would be talking about his daughter on a level that we talk about Juju right now at USC, because his daughter was apparently supposed to be it. And what Kobe wanted to do with women's basketball, because he had a daughter, was, take women's basketball to the next level, which is all you can ask for. But it's unfortunate.
Yeah, we got another RIP segment. Atlanta's finest, man. DJ on. He had the youth going hard in the early 2000s. Lean with it, rock with it, right, James? Right, lean with it, rock with it.
He was walk it out.
Walk it out, walk it out, walk it out.
Lean
he
with
had
it, rock with it was
who did lean with
was
it,
that
rock?
Franchise Boys?
But yeah, he had walk it out. Everybody was putting on social media. They had the walk it out music video, and they had like a black and white picture, like a historical type of joke. But yeah, DJ Unk out of Atlanta, huge figure in the city, man. And he had the early 2000s on lock. Born in 1981, and yeah, man, RIP, man, RIP. But yeah, so we got some more uplifting news. However, we got Bronny James. I know we're talking about Sheduer and his dad and the role he played in life. And you mentioned Bronny James, but Bronny James has been doing his thing in the G League, to say the least. He had 31 points.
Everybody was talking about this kid like he just is a duck, man. Like maybe he wasn't supposed to be that high, right? But like it's in there somewhere, right? I mean, he been doing it like this ain't just a one-off thing, right? It seems like he been having nights where he puts up numbers. Shit, I like him. I think he's decent.
Yeah, like I said, he had 31 points, 3 assists, and 5 3-point makes. And he had this crazy slam right here to solidify his here. Yeah, he got up for sure. Let me share this.
How about this dunk, AC?
Yes, we talked about that in the first half. He will go upstairs, folks. He is air traffic control, okay? And yes, can you believe what? Did you see what I just?
How about this dunk, AC?
That did look like his dad, though, right there. Like when he does the little, like it's, I don't know why it just.
He is air traffic control.
He just had his dad's height.
Yes. Can you believe what? Did you see what I just?
But good for him.
How about this dunk, AC?
I don't hate on parents helping their kids out, so I'm for it. Congratulations. I love that.
So we got Alijah Arenas, the son of former NBA superstar and all-star Gilbert Arenas, doing the same thing in his high school game. I watched this game highlights on YouTube. They lost in overtime, but this dunk, I'm pretty sure, was during overtime, and he had the crowd hype.
Driving with the left, switch hands to the right, dunk on him, finish with him. Nice.
Nick Young was in the background. Proud Unk moment.
That's funny because they be going at each other or Gil's Arena. Like, that's funny.
Yeah, that was his rook, man. That was his rook. And they had that infamous Dre Marcel story. I ain't gonna bring it back up.
Oh.
But yeah, crazy. But
it's the only thing I wish is that the old heads don't name names. You can tell stories, but just some of the name dropping is just, it's unforgivable for me. But he's nice.
Huge shout out to them boys. And yeah, that was it for today's show. James, if you got any last words, I know we're going to get out. We hit the 2-hour mark. So any last words before we wrap up the show?
Probably don't fly to Philly at 6 a.m. and try to fly back the same day without drinking coffee and then get to working. It's tiring. And outside of that, man, make sure you kind of stay tuned, check us out. Be on the road Wednesday. Shit. Yeah, I'll be on the road. We'll be on the road Wednesday. In Mobile, Alabama, covering my first time in Alabama. I'm terrified. So anybody got words of
Bye.